questions, please use the raise hand function if you have a question. And we will start with questions. And we'll begin with Jada.
Thank you. Congratulations, you guys, on the win. Jordyn, I just wanted to ask a little bit about the goal. I think you were telling the broadcast team that you like to pressure, or that's something that you kind of practice in training as far as pressuring goalies. So maybe Claudia can speak to that, or how did that kind of work out for you too?
You go first. Yeah, I enjoy adding pressure to goalkeepers. I like speeding up the game. Like that. I think you can clip a few times, clip it off of them a few times, and obviously I got lucky with that one today. But yeah, I definitely do that in training a lot.
Yeah, not only that, but just she finishes like that in training every single day. So I said to her after, I was like, I'm glad she scored on someone other than me. But I think that was a key for us because like first half we weren't putting pressure on the goalie and they were getting out, and then as soon as she came on, she made a mistake. And I think that's something that we can continue to do.
Thanks, Jada. And then next we have Bella.
Hey Claudia, hey Jordyn. First question for you, Claudia. How does it feel to get, I know you played in the Women's Cup last year, but your first real NWSL minutes, come away with a clean sheet, go the full 90, and overall have a really strong performance?
Yeah, it felt really good. I mean, from last year, I think it was a little different because the crowd here is insane. I mean, it wasn't the same amount as full capacity, but I think like coming into this, I knew like, and I trusted my teammates more so. And I know I just had to make the easy saves and keep them in it. And I think without them, I wouldn't have been like made it this far or even played as well. Like I just leaned on them for support, and the coaches and everybody got me to where I wanted to be. So it was fun.
Congratulations on that. And Jordyn, I know Jada asked about the goal, but just wondering how it feels for you to get that goal, if it gives you a little more confidence moving forward in the season about being able to score more moving forward.
Yeah, I think I've been talking a little bit about the monkey on my shoulder within the league, and obviously heading into national team, got the goal, so I was feeling good and confident coming back into season with the team, and then to get the goal here is kind of like pushing in the right direction of where I wanted to go, kind of got the monkey off the back. Now we can feel good going into the rest of the season, keep pushing for more.
Great, thank you guys.
Thanks, Bella. And we have Susie.
Thanks, Ryan. I'm just going to take a little bit of a step back and just ask you both kind of overall reflections on the team's performance today and what you all thought you did really well for the season.
I think it was just a little bit of a game of two halves. I think going into the first half, you never know how they're going to come out, and you can kind of prepare for what you think it's going to be, but it might be a little bit different. So I think kind of our halftime conversation was just fixing a few things, a few feet, a few yards that kind of changed the pictures for us and pushed us in the direction we wanted to go through the second half. And obviously second halves usually open up a little bit more with fatigue and everything like that, so definitely took advantage of that, but just little alterations that we needed to make going into second half. But yeah, I mean the first half was still good, lots of high energy. It was a super intense game. We know it's going to be intense when we play such good caliber teams like we have on the West Coast, so yeah, definitely a game of two halves, but it was good all around.
Yeah, I think I would add too, like we didn't really know, because it's Challenge Cup, who was going to play or what system they were going to play and like how they were going to come out, like Jordyn said. So I think that was something that we needed to figure out early on, and that was something that we talked about like amongst the players and at halftime. And I think that was what she was talking about, like a tale of two halves. We learned what they were going to do and what was working for them, and we tried to change that. And I feel like second half we got more of the ball, we kept possession, and like we were on them the whole time. So I think, like what she said, it was two halves, but they were both good. Like I feel like there were a lot of positives to take from both halves.
And just an unrelated follow-up from me, she's not here to explain herself, but anything you can share on Jessica Schlock's chicken dance celebration, the inspiration behind that?
I do not think about it. If they score, they score. I don't know what they're going to do.
Me neither.
Those two are crazy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Susie. Jonathan, before we get to you, we do have media members in person, so we're going to go to some in-person questions first, and then we'll come back onto Zoom.
Hi Jordyn, hi Claudia, Jackie here with Loki Wolves. I don't think you did those, did you? Claudia, for you, just at least with the Challenge Cup, like how are you, or even Jordyn, how are you just finding that balance of like being in the tournament mode, but then also kind of shifting ahead and looking towards regular season mode with the games to get to?
I think for me it's different because I haven't played in the regular season as much. So like me coming in was like just an opportunity to play, and I think coming out it was just like a regular game for us. And I think that's how we have to see it because they're so close together. Like we don't really see them as a tournament. Obviously it means a lot, but I think preparing for it the same way is what we've done. And obviously it's hard to like 3 games in 1 week, especially for the people that run. But I think we have gone into these games even last year. Like they're all just as important as the next one, so I think that's something that we take with us.
And then thinking about World Cup and just that aspect and looking ahead to that, Jordyn, how do you like kind of see maybe this tournament style along with the regular season, just preparing and getting minutes in, but then also trying to like focus and look ahead and kind of be present in both of those situations?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'd say I'm less present right now in the World Cup. I think I'm quite focused on being present with the team, focusing day in and day out to get wins under our belt. And I think like kind of moving forward to that focus on the World Cup, I think it's like if you're looking at the short term, focus on the long term, I think it's focusing on our depth of our team. We're really going to need to take advantage of that this year. I mean, it's obvious that a lot of our team is going to be gone throughout the months of June, July, August. So I think it's just like taking our depth and using it to the fullest effect, which you saw tonight. And I think like our depth of our team is so rare. I think not a lot of teams have what we have. And we showed that tonight, so I think it's to continue developing the whole team as we will, so that everybody's ready to come World Cup to show up for the team and even beforehand. So, yeah.
Yeah, Jordyn, what were your impressions of Alyssa Thompson, being a fellow forward, seeing her in her first year?
Yeah, I think she's a good player. I think she's got a lot of speed. I think she's got a bright future for sure. With her being so young, just keeps pushing in the right direction, and yeah, the sky's the limit for her. But she's a good player.
And Jordyn, I don't know if you've heard, but during the game they actually announced U.S. and Mexico made a joint bid for the 2027 World Cup. Just your thoughts on maybe how that could grow the game in North America if that bid were to be accepted. Maybe do you wish Canada was a part of it, like they are part of the men's bid?
This is my first time of hearing this. I mean, yeah, of course I'd love Canada to be a part of that. I mean, a World Cup at home would be insane. I would have loved that. I don't know much about the topic. If that's not the case, then it's still good to have it in North America, so close to home, and it'd be exciting to get it going in Mexico, US. I think that the crowds would be dope, so that'd be cool. But yeah, I don't know. Haven't heard much about that.
It was just announced during the game, so.
There it is.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm
Thank
Harper. I'm with Kids Group Media. Congratulations on the win, by the way.
you.
But what was the most challenging part of tonight's game for you guys?
You go.
I mean, it was challenging because you on the field, especially like this, when you come to this stadium with these fans, you can't get anything out. Like you can't hear anything. So like we're trying to talk across the field, and you literally like nobody knows what's going on. So I think that's why we lean on each other. We go through it when people prepare so much. It's like you come here, and like I'm trying to say something to someone 10 feet from me. And I think that's the hardest thing. It's relying on each other and trusting in each other, and like knowing that we got each other's backs. And that was like this is such a fun environment to be in because of that. But it makes it a lot more difficult.
Is that atmosphere different than most other NWSL stadiums?
I mean, for like even at ours, they're so close here. Like they're like right behind the goal. At ours, they're a lot farther away. There's a lot of teams that are close, but I think it's just like constant the whole time. Like the second half, all I heard was the drums. So I mean, it's incredible. Like for the game, it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Like they do such a good job, and I think we do as well. But like we're so much farther away. Yeah, it makes it difficult for sure.
All right, next we're going to take a question here on Zoom from Jonathan.
Thanks, Ryan. This is Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer. And Jordyn, it's for you, and it does go back to the 2027 question real quick. And I think you guys were probably literally walking off the field of pregame warmups when it got announced. It was I think like 10 minutes before kickoff or something. So I don't blame you for not having thought about it much. But what do you think it would mean not just to the national team in the region, but to this league as a shot in the arm? If they can swing it and the hype would come with it.
I mean, I think it put a lot of attention on North American football or North American soccer, which is needed. And yeah, I mean, it pulled big crowds. I think that it put a lot of eyes on soccer in North America as well, which is good, and kind of expand the game, which is where it's heading in that direction anyways. But it would definitely push us in the right direction. I think having a World Cup in any country pushes that country further, and having it in North America would be amazing. So.
What was it like, being, I'm trying off the top of my head to say a teenager, I don't remember the exact age you were in 2015. When it was in Canada and it really captivated the place.
What was the last part of that?
When it really captivated everybody in Canada, the way it did, I was up there for it.
Yeah.
I really saw it take root in a big way. What was it like for you that summer?
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely young, but I got out to a few games, and I think it inspires the next generation. I think for a lot of little girls who don't get to travel to far distances to watch big games like that, and they only really get to see it on TV, to have it in their hometown, and really just watch it up close and see other people they've looked up to for so long live in person, it's just a different experience. So I know even for me, getting to see those games, as few as I got to see, it was just inspiring, and it kind of pushed me into, hey, I really want to do this, and I really want to make this a career of mine. So I think it just inspires the next generation, if anything, and really shows a lot of little girls and little boys what they want to do when they get older. So I think it's good to have it in any country. It pushes that country in the right direction, and yeah, for me, having it when I was younger, it definitely showed me a path of what I wanted to do when I was older.
Thank you very much, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jonathan, and thanks, Jordyn and Claudia, for your time tonight and navigating the questions. We'll have Lauren joining us shortly.